the expectations, a lot of the expectations that some of the ladies had, things that you were saying, things that I was saying, they were contrasting a lot. Not to say that it's good or bad, it's just contrasting a lot. That would contribute to you thinking that it's very difficult, that we need to figure out what the guys are thinking and everything. Like they're telling you what they want every day, what they need, what they want, all this stuff. It's like, why can't we fulfill that, or just try to be more cooperative and helpful?
Because black women and I basically socialized to do that, and it is what it is. So
we're not picking men to do that with. We're not making the best dating choices already.
That's what you have.
But we have to come to grips with what kind of dating and mating choices that we're making.
Those are the men that you raise, and you've been raising them for the last 150 years. Those are men that you raised. So the thing is, basically, and I said this many times, when black women get the men that they deserve. They do. Because those are the men, because a lot of women do raise their boys for themselves and not thinking about what kind of husband he's going to make for other women or for future women. They don't think about that. And that's the issue that we're having, because I see that in my own family. I see that how the black women fell down on the job of actually raising wives to actually fit in and interface with each other, because they can't do that anymore. And then the feminist school system just made it worse. So now you have a clusterfuck. I remember they did this shit on purpose, and it doesn't work. And that's what. So now, 30 years later, this is what you have. Because I asked straight up to psychologists when they're actually contemplating this marriage 2.0 and not training people, little kids, for roles, because they think all boys and girls should be equal and actually be fluid in their gender and their roles. And this is the bullshit you have fucking 30 years later. And it is what it is. So now the thing is, now you have people like me, people like Nikole, and how other people trying to clean up this fucking mess that they made 30 years ago. And basically, you cannot re-socialize little kids after they become adults unless they want to be. They have to make an effort. And basically, since black women are in control of the subculture we call Black America, they don't want to do it. So basically, what's going to happen, and I know it's going to happen, and I know it's going to sound fucking harsh, you're going to lose your men. Your men are basically gone. Millennials, younger millennials and Z's, 60% of them are already gone. So basically, what you're trying to, unless you guys can convince women, I actually told this to a lot of pro-black people, which they don't want to hear, unless you can convince the women actually doing a whole 180 and turn them about face and actually change, basically it's a lost cause. So what you're doing, there's a little bit of effort to talk about, we're going to negotiate. The negotiation is not on the women, on the men's side, it's on the women's side. If they don't want to actually do it and actually show a better example and actually start working with these guys and changing their behavior, it's over, in my opinion. Yeah. Straight up, we can already see it. My son that doesn't want to date somebody like his mother. He had two kids. One by a chick that was a mulatto, her father was white, and the other one by a Hispanic girl. He doesn't date ADOS women, for the lack of a better term.
That's very standard out here.
And I hear you can see it in the schools. Our New Styles talked about it in the schools. Yeah. And every panel I go on, from New York to California, with guys that are Generation X or older, do you have a son? Is he teenage? Who does he date? And 80% of the time, it's not. They tell me it's not an ADOS or not a black woman. So the thing is, at this point, you can try to patch it up. We can sit down and fight about it. But unless you can, especially in this environment with COVID, and basically the leveling of the white society to the point where everybody's equal. The one thing that black women can have never faced their whole entire existence since you guys were created back in slavery, because this is a created class. You have never faced a point where black men actually have a choice of who they pick to mate with. That's never happened before. And now you're faced with something that you've never experienced, where your mama can't tell you about it, your grandma can't tell you about it, because never faced it before. All they can tell you is that what black men are supposed to do. And for guys like boomers and some of the extras, they listen to that. Okay, we have race loyalty. Basically, your millennials and your Z's do not have race loyalty. So basically, we have done our women, our black women, women and our little girls a disservice, even to the point where Z's are actually talking about a disservice about competing for their man, and they're not used to it. And guess what? You see all those little white girls carrying BLM signs and taking up the cause for black men that you've never seen before, where Becky's out there fighting for them. You guys have an issue. You guys have a storm, and you guys, you're in the middle of a pitched battle for your men, and you guys are asleep like we're back in the 1920s. Okay, which I see and I railed against, because I am pro-black, I am Pan-African. I do want to see the black community continue. But at the point, I also have to be a realist, okay? And this is something that we were talking about 20 fucking years ago, okay? As far as what's going on because of the black women, this community we call black is going to be absorbed. It is going to be absorbed a lot faster than I expected, okay? Because if disease bail out, you won't get 7 generations. You may get 5, okay? Because disease are 4, okay? They're right there in the middle. And if disease do what I think they're going to do, by generation A, basically, it'll be all over. The next generations will all be mixed. It is what it is. So if the black women do not break glass and pull the fire alarm and tell all the sisters, we need to get this shit straight right now. So forget all your hypergamy, forget all of what your talking points, forget what your goddamn grandma told you. We need to go out and we need to do whatever we need to do to pull these men back. And because we need to show our boys that are coming up that we're willing to actually be nicer and be more cooperative than the white woman, than the Latino woman, than the Asian woman. If you guys not willing to do that, go ahead and be happy. Find whoever's going to take you. That's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to chime in on the topic?
If you want to, that's the Black Pill version.
All I can say is wow.